Venerable Theri, about Marananusati, are there some times when one should not practice Marananusati? Or, for example, if someone is having some mental instability, would practicing it increase their mental instability? Meditation on death, maybe people, those who are having suicidal tendencies, would they get further disturbed by it, or would it help them?
The Maranatha is very good for us to practice for everybody. We can say that, no? Because the Buddha also emphasized a lot about Maranatha and Asubha meditation when the beginning of his teaching to the disciple. So the Buddha always encouraged about the Asubha meditation, you know, because the nature of the roof of our life is based on the greed, you know, so attachment for our life, rebel again, non-stop. That attachment creates us to get there is a wrong view and wrong understanding. There is a good life, you know. We always think about that. We always expect about the good future, you know. So many people, when you ask them, oh, after you die, how about you? Everybody want to go good place, you know. As the good place is also, we can say the good river. They thinking about, oh, I want to go somewhere, I want to go heaven, I want to be a deva, deities, you know. And then some people, I want to be a human again, even human in good condition, you know, with a good condition. So many people are stay attachment, you know. Is that the Buddha always encouraged because ignorance, you know. Our mind is, we don't know what is the nature, what is happening, how happiness in our life. See, we always thinking about, oh, we want to get good life, want to stay comfortably present and the future. The past already, well, we don't talk about the past, okay? Most of the people want to make it a good condition, good life, you know, want to stay with a good family. That is what they expect, you know, good society. And slowly, and then get attachment again. That attachment create oh, next one also we want again like this, you know, we want the best one and also we want better than this, you know. So they will do more good karma for the expectation of the good future. There is also kind of connected with the greed and desire for the rebirth, you know. So the Buddha didn't want us to get the kind of attachment to get rebirth again, because every rebirth is suffering, you know. Really, it is that. So many people also not easy to let go. You know, not easy to let go. So although how much you talk about rebirth is no good, you know. So people stay attachment to our life and rebirth and then the family, you know. It's just very difficult because many past life we have. So many past life a very strong attachment to rebirth again. So that's why the Buddha always encouraged about dependent origination. Dependent origination only can help us to cut about that kind of attachment, to get cleaning on the rebirth. No? So then in the beginning of the Buddha teaching, the Buddha always emphasized about people to get, now he doesn't want them to get the attachment so much on ourselves. And then the kind of attachment we create about the akusala karma, a lot of unhappy. And then we got lobha, dosa, moha, you know already, based on the attachment to ourselves. We love ourselves, you know. So we love our family, don't want to get danger or anything. So things happen, easily get agitated and get angry and unhappy by attachment too. So the Buddha always said, and then they encourage you to see about our body, kaya nupassana, you know, so we see that. And then in the beginning of the about our 32 part of body, the head, the body hair, you know. From that, the Buddha also encourage us to practice get concentration. So when you get a concentration like the hair, you think about the hair on your body. Also, we get a concentration, and you get the image clear, and you really can focus more on the sample like skeleton. It's very obvious. You think about that. When you get the image, the kind of image arise, you can focus. The beginning difficult, slowly your awareness longer time. So after that you get familiar with this skeleton, the object, and you feel the happy feeling from there. You also can get concentration. And also sometimes the Buddha encourages you look at it like a dead body. Asuba, you can the corpse and whatever you see in the cemetery, or some people die, they invite you, you go and look at it. So after you go there, all people are dying. No? So in front of you, people are dying. We have to remember ourselves also. Oh, how about me? One day we also will happen like this, I also will die, because everybody whoever has rebirth, they will get aging, sick, and die. That is the nature of our rebirth. So always the Buddha encouraged us to see about it. In the Buddha, in the time, many people, some had concentration, some not concentration. So difficult to see the past life. But the present is, we can imagine what will happen, So there is tomorrow will happen, tomorrow or the one next year. We can think about that, what will happen. We can understand. After you see people all aging, then people are getting old, 50, 60 years old, they get changing many, So after changing, we understand the aging, So after that, now you see, they die, they are dying. So after that, we also will die, So after dying, what will happen? We can't clean anything. We have to let go. High education, how much you have money, billion of money, The beginning, younger time, you want to be a makers where everybody balance, you want to be in the communities, you really need to be, you want to be stand up, you want to be outstanding, So you try so hard to get education. You are doctor too, You really study so much time, give time so much for that, Study hard, because what is the intention? You might think that if you don't have education, high education, people might look down. You want to be a stand up, There's also one reason everybody had to get. Another thing is knowledge, and also for their livelihood. When you get a high education, you get good life, and good education can support you. That is the basis of our understanding. So everybody tries so hard, to get a comfortable life and good life. Business. When we were young, we also think about that, before ordination. If you want to go business, you have to do it successfully, Understand? You want to study, you want to do education, also study until very high, everybody has expectation, because we don't want people to look down on you. True? So everybody want to stand out, want to get the head is higher than the one, head is higher than the others, Everybody, so many people had that thought, Competition, some more, so that in the beginning, we were trying hard until get 1 million, after $1 million, we don't want to work, okay, we want to relax. Really can stop now. After 1 million, you want to get 2 million. Okay, target 10 million. After 10 million, you really want to stop. You can stop, you are clever, you are okay. If you can't stop that, very suffer, You will suffer a lot. That is because of desire and attachment. We're going on like this, So we never think for the future what will happen. Now got so much money, what we can do. What you can do dana, okay. Then the left money, you can carry it, So when the future, we think about carefully, don't want to do business anymore, So how much you can save money a little bit, okay, for saving, and you are trying to give your more, the time some more for beneficial for the practice of Dharma, This is how we chose also, same as that, So then the Buddha also want us to understand. It says, look at that, people are dying already. We also have to contemplate. We also will die. So when you know about that, you don't too much great on yourself. Then, we want to make it perfect. Nowadays perfect body, So they emphasize about a lot, So then also, if you are for the health problems, you want to take care of your body for healthy, that's okay. For the attachment, for the beauty, you want to make it the akusala, that is great, And then competition, I want to make it beautiful than other. That's also very dangerous kind of mind, So all we can, if right understanding arrive, you can let go. That is not important. So not important things. So why we want to spend time? Why we want to save? Why we want to use our energy, bad energy, to our mind? people want to compare, okay, let it be. We don't want to awareness on that, what people think about you, what people talk about you, you know. For us, make it ourselves to be simple. So every minutes are very important, you know. So every minutes we need to think wholesome, you know, how much I can do for my beneficial. For me, it's here we stay, you know, so we don't, many people think that we are very proud. I'm very proud because I don't want to associate many people. I don't want to be a nice to people. They think that way. So myself is I know myself, you know, we don't have much time, you know. So for me, I'm a very busy person. Always traveling for 27 years non-stop, you know. So sometimes I just want to concentrate my practice on myself. So I got time, I want to concentrate more on my silent and then also my own meditation, you know. So then only I get more energy, I feel more happy, I don't feel wasting time, you know. So doing meditation retreat, I feel happy, beneficial. Sometimes I can practice. I also can explain Dharma to the people, supporting. And also people are meditating, really focusing on Dharma. So make me very happy. I don't feel about wasting time. So non-retreat time, I try to make it always silent retreat, silent over silent. So I don't talk so much. When we meditate, we also know about the mind thought process. We also have to practice. So when you practice about the mind thought process, you know already, even one thought also can create, one life, one rebirth. If really seriously happen that the thought process there, intention is strong, the jitana is strong, can make it karma. So you can go heaven because of one thought moment, one thought process. And then you also can go to the down, so lower beings, lower life because of the unwholesome thought, So that is the more you practice, the more you will get the feeling, you will understand more. So when we understand, we are scared, You are scared. So one thought is people are suffering, And the people are really suffering. You can see even human beings, many humans are different conditions. Why? Because they making a bad karma or good karma, belong to their karmas too. So even one family, different conditions in the people, So after we understand, we are scared to do a bad thought, We don't want to think anybody as a bad energy and bad mind to other people. We don't want to compete with anybody, That is from view of me, So my intention that I just want to be silent. I want to concentrate more on my meditation. And really important, like that case, I will do it sincerely. And not really that I was silent, So people think that Sally is very proud. Sally is very proud. She don't want to associate with many people. People think that way. Then sometimes they will get unwholesome karma, because they don't know me, They simply like to criticize sometimes. So that is, I worry that people. That's why I don't want to associate also. I'm trying to be quiet, I don't see many people. So when people think about bad or that, they think they're really bad, we are really bad, okay. We are meditating sometimes. They are thinking about bad thing to us. Criticizing is not correct. They will have a lot of bad karma. So I think about that. I'm so very worried for people, So I don't want to make it other people unhappy on unwholesome karma because of us. That's why we are very careful with thought process, the mind. That one word that you speak that is wrong, so that intention is wrong, where karma, That's why the Buddha always encourage us to be careful. Mindfully, we need to practice. So don't talk too much. Over talking is a lot of mistake can happen. So that's why I encourage all the students, never silent, better. Don't talk too much. Not important one, better don't talk even one word. That's because I have been training for many years. Not important one, I don't talk. Only Dhamma talk, I taught. Explain the Dhamma, that's all. The left one don't talk about me, anything that I don't listen to. That's why they think I'm proud. But it is my training. It is important for us to train. So when people tell about proud or what, doesn't matter to me. This is, I need to take care of my mind. Correct or not? And then we also all have to take care of ourselves. So we know what will happen because we contemplate about Maranatha. So always think about, nothing. After dying, nothing can carry, nothing can be attached, They say always have to cut attachment, Then only the right view will come in. Then not, it is only you will get more balance, And then anybody die in your family, you don't be sad. Okay, there is a nature. Everybody depart from you. Oh, there is a nature. Come, let's go. How you can clean your family with you all the time, So when they went separate like this, That's why I told my students they want to go back and stay with family for a long time. Then it's not easy, So especially the nuns, I explain, don't stay at home too long, not suitable, So then the mind also can change sometimes, That's why. So we always need to contemplate about Marananusati. So then we think about the nature of the river and that. Then we see about that for the normal people it's easier. Easily, after you understand your understanding on that, on the corpse, you don't feel scared. You will be better. Then you get an image or there you see and they're very, very familiar. After you get familiar about that image, you're in your heart contemplate that. Oh, people die one day, I also will happen like that. I also will die like them. So and then the die is really sure things, That is sure things, So one day we have to die also. Then after dying, that you don't attach too much. We don't want to attach too much on anything. Properties, other people, our family, even ourselves. Already after dying, well, now also useless, getting old. There's many problems give us, not happy with our body, really suffering, So the kind of body will happen again. Oh, you are thinking about suffering, come back again, That's what the Buddha wants us to practice Marananusati. And then we really understand, not only for just concentration. Concentration can happen until neighborhood jhana by contemplating Marananusati. But the Buddha encouraged us to practice is not only just for concentration, inside knowledge. We need to understand to cut out our attachment from that practice. And also for the beginner, we have two types. Some are stable people, okay, very good to practice Marananusati. Like mental illness, just now you see they always worry and depression. The kind of people are not so good in the beginning. We don't encourage them to practice. When you think about it, they get scared and fear, and it's not so good. And then also they don't feel happy. So not suitable for the beginner who have mental illness, So we need to train them together, like a metta meditation, loving kindness, or Buddhanusati, the quality, contemplating on the quality of the Buddha. So they also make a sadha first, strong sadha in their heart. Then after they had the happy feeling, when they get stronger in their mind, then only they can practice better. If not already depression, they want to commit suicide, because of suffering and unhappy and depression. We ask them to practice, but that many people can be problem. So not so suitable for that kind of mental illness one. Okay, thank you.